Yo, sports bettors, absolutely going off. This is my favorite PrizePicks entry of the day, $400 to win 10,000. Honestly, we don't have much time, so let's just get into the picks. So the first play I already went through, and I absolutely love this play. Okay, we're getting Bam over 9 rebounds. So I'm just looking at NBA player rebounds on the odds screen. It's called the OddsJam odds screen. You can look at any market you want, player assists, whatever. But what I'm looking at is player rebounds. And what you're going to notice, and I love this play, is Bam over 9 rebounds, right? So you're going to notice the other fantasy sites like No House Advantage, Underdog, they have Bam's line at 9.5. All the sports books also have Bam's line at 9.5 rebounds. So PrizePicks is too low, right? PrizePicks is at 9. Every other data point is telling us his line should be at 9.5. So you want to take the over. Some sports books, PointsBet and FanDuel, they actually have the over 9.5 rebounds as the favorite outcome. And we're getting over 9 on PrizePicks. So this plays incredible. And even better, I was able to pair it with Lopez under 7 rebounds. So if you think about it, right, these players, they're playing in the same game, so they kind of compete for rebounds. So if Bam has a bunch of rebounds, it's more likely that Lopez will have less rebounds, right? If Bam has like 20 rebounds in this game, then Brook Lopez is more likely to go under, right? So that's called correlation in sports betting. But what you're going to notice is the exact same thing here. So for Brook Lopez, his line is at 7 on PrizePicks. The other fantasy sites, Underdog, No House Advantage, they have his line at 6.5. So here, PrizePicks is too high, right? PrizePicks is too high, so we want to take the under. And I've explained this before, but if we actually just go, can we pull up Bam? So a lot of people will be like, oh, 9 versus 9.5, it doesn't seem like that big of a difference. But you can see on FanDuel, they have a 62-cent swing in the odds for over 8.5 versus over 9.5 rebounds, right? So these are big jumps in the odds, right? The probability Bam ends with exactly 9 rebounds, it's not that small. So this play, absolutely incredible. The first 2 plays I locked in my entry. Then I also have this play right here. I really like it. LeBron over 33.5 points plus assists. So this is obviously for the later game. Underdog also has this play, but you're going to see all the sports books, they have LeBron's line at 34.5 or 35.5. So we have dozens of data points, right? All these books, all the different points bets, they're all setting LeBron's line at over 35.5 points plus assists or over 34.5. PrizePicks and Underdog are at 33.5. The sports books are at 34.5 or 35.5. So you want to take the over, right? So I ended up taking LeBron's over. So let's go through these picks. Another tool I use to find some of my plays is called the OddsJam Positive EV tool. And basically, for PrizePicks in particular, this tool is super useful. And the reason for that is PrizePicks, they don't change your payouts, right, based on you selecting over or under. So I say this in a bunch of videos, but it's really important to understand is you're going to notice, right, if you take both unders, right, if you take overs, it doesn't matter. Your payout doesn't change. For a 2-pick entry, you're still getting a 3x payout. So long story short, the strategy for beating PrizePicks, because this platform doesn't change your payouts based on you selecting over or under, is you just want to find spots where sportsbooks have one side heavily favored. So for example, on DraftKings, you can see right here, they have Looney's assist line at 2.5, and they have his over heavily favored. The over is juiced to minus 135. So the sportsbooks are telling you Kayvon Looney, he's a lot more likely to go over as opposed to under. So we have numerous data points, all these different sports books. OddsJam is just reading in millions of odds, updating millions of odds in real time to show you these profitable plays, to show you spots where sports books have an over or an under really heavily favored, and you can get that play on PrizePicks. So Looney over 2.5 assists, that's my third play. Fourth play. So we have Lopez under, Bam over, LeBron over 33.5 points plus assists, Looney over 2.5 assists. And then I also want to mention we have this new tool on OddsJam. It's currently free to use. It's been free for probably over a month now. It's called the Fantasy Screen. So it's in beta mode, testing mode, whatever. It's free to use. Check it out. But the way that this tool works is very similar to the EV tool. Is for any of these fantasy sites, right? All these different fantasy sites, they work differently than sportsbooks, right? You look at DraftKings, there's a bunch of odds. You look at these fantasy sites, there's no numbers, right? It's just a fixed payout platform. It's just a fixed payout platform. Any 2 picks you select, it doesn't matter if we switch this to a different pick, whatever 2 picks you select, you're always getting that same 3x payout. So what the fantasy screen shows you is based on sportsbook odds, just like this play on Looney, where are the spots where sportsbooks have enough juice towards the over that our play will be profitable on PrizePicks, right? So you can see this play on Looney right here. You can see the play on LeBron as well as this play on Masataka Yoshida, under 1.5 hits plus runs plus RBIs. The few sportsbooks that post odds for hits plus runs plus RBIs, they all have his under heavily favored. So OddsJam is just pulling in all this data to show you those spots, right? To show you the value in the market. So long story short, here's my 6-pick entry. I also have a 5-pick entry. LeBron over 33.5 points plus assists. We went through this play. Drew over 28.5 points plus assists. Lopez under 7 rebounds. Bam over 9 rebounds. Yoshida under 1.5 hits plus runs plus RBIs. Looney over 2.5 assists. All these plays we just found on the screen, which I showed earlier, looking for line discrepancies, looking for value, or I just pulled them, straight off this fantasy screen. I'm following the data. I always just follow the data because I like to make money. So 6 picks to turn 400 into 10 grand. And then here you can see the same thing, except I got rid of the play on Bam. So this is just a 5-pick entry. So honestly, pretty excited for these games. Let's make some money.